Hello, everybody. Stocky Curve and Beautiful Crow. We
guys.
had a blue screen last game on the production PC. So Peabnut did win 3-0, but game 3, both of them died at the exact same time on Hollow Bastion, and they went to a sudden death one-stock 3-minute game where Peabnut won last over 100%, taking it and moving on into top 24 winner side. But we are awaiting Loopy Kola.
It's going to be fun.
For top 24 winner side. They've been playing quite a bit recently. They played at 404 last May, and I believe Ploopy took it home. So Ploopy looking to continue the momentum she's had last week, taking home Afterglow over Syrup, Atomic, and the likes. So Ploopy having one hell of a late season for this half year, and we're going to see if she can continue holding on to that with another great set with Kola.
It's going to be super dope. I mean, and Kola, again, been playing pretty hot this entire time through. So we are getting into the swing of things here.
We cannot see the game.
Oh, yeah. Yo.
We can't see the game. Oh, okay.
We're trying to fix that. But.
Oh, okay,
Right.
okay.
There it
we
is.
go.
All right, we have game visual, no game audio. It is what it is. We run straight through it. But, yes, Ploopy getting into the swing of things here. Kola, though, like I said, been playing really well for the majority of the day.
Even doing some melee.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That did happen.
Getting 9th in melee. Almost beating, I believe, he almost beat one of the top seeds, but I'm not sure who. But going game 5 in both of his sets that he played during melee. And right now, Ploopy trying to make sure this one doesn't go to a game 5 as she's going to take that stock with a back air. As Kola Kola needs to figure out how to really get in on Game & Watch.
Yeah. Playing this matchup is really interesting, isn't it? Like Game & Watch versus Cloud. It's like you're literally just playing against Bugs Bunny.
Oh no, for sure.
Like, it's so funny.
Especially since for Cloud, he can't really get in on Game & Watch. Like Game & Watch, he can just throw out so many aerials that are safer than Cloud's, and he can just get juggled to hell and back,
Like,
and he's just not able to really land. And Roy doesn't fare much better either. I feel like arguably it's just worse because he just can't really make it back as consistently. Like Cloud has some sort of like limit to maybe get a kill, and obviously Roy's strong, but it's not going to counteract dying at 20.
Yeah, I mean, threatening with fair is always good too. Dash attack can do really well as well, as the crowd behind her hitting one more stock for another set that's happening. But man, this is all the games so far, at least this past like 2 hours, have been absolutely ridiculous on every level.
I think it's Apollo Kage up 2-0 on Louis money. No, there's no way that's it. What is it? What is the set?
No, that's, oh my goodness.
I see
on stage.
Well, no, they were talking about it here.
Oh, right here,
I think it's Copel.
Okay.
Copel playing Microwave.
Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't stand this.
Oh, okay. Back into the game though. Kola at 167 has done a bit better of a job landing against Game & Watch. Ploopy doing a great job with the juggles, but has not really found an opportunity to get a kill. But down air not going to go to her benefit either, as she desperately just needs to take the stock. Cloud with max rage is quite scary. One bad read from one bad option from Ploopy could just spoil the stock.
Full limit, full rage, ready to go. But what do you mean?
What do you mean we're at 202%?
That didn't kill. Oh my god.
It's so stale.
Oh my god.
Finally gonna get stuck
there
with
we
the
go.
dash attack.
All right.
Ploopy holding on strong.
She got to do something.
She has to do something, and she did. And she's gonna get another juggle with the Nair. Cloud not really gonna have as much of an option to land at this point. A nice down air up smash, calling out the Nairs from Ploopy as we're at a last stock. Game number 1.
Okay, Kola. We're trying to bring it back here, but I mean, yeah, Ploopy is doing all that she can to make sure this goes through with the victory, and at least in this first game, Kola fighting back with the hardness, the diamonds.
I mean, she's doing a pretty great job at forcing Ploopy to jump. Like, it feels like Ploopy's big panic option is, oh, I'm going to jump in there.
Right.
But against Cloud, it's like, oh, I have a giant sword that I can swing directly in your face. And when you start playing grounded, that's when I get my grabs, that's when I get my cross slashes, and it's causing Ploopy to be a little bit more uncomfortable in these spots. But Cloud off stage, that's the stock.
Yeah.
Not going to charge the limit. Probably thought he could make it back, and just unfortunately couldn't, as Ploopy going to take game number 1.
Okay, good for her. She got that in. I mean, from the start, Kola had been playing on the back foot, right?
Right.
That's the whole thing with this matchup. It is very, very difficult. So Ploopy, all she had to do was keep that momentum up. It got a little bit squirrely there towards that like second stock because why the hell was Cloud living past 200?
Absolutely.
All right, man. But she did a good job locking in, managing to get it done here. But the thing is, let's see if this momentum can continue because we have seen that a lot today, right? Really good starting momentum, and then it kind of peters out more so as it goes on. So it's still, night's still young. The set is still early. There's still more fun to be had.
I don't know for Cloud, though, getting instantly back aired at 65%. That could be the stock with a read as the back throw going to send Kola off stage. Ploopy not even having a single percent. Double down there into, okay, Ploopy hitting some custom combos on Kola right now. Is Kola finally going to get some hits in with a forward air to kick it off as Ploopy looking pretty dominant right now.
Very dominant at this stage. I mean, Kola literally throwing the whole kitchen sink at her just to try to make something happen. 125. In a very, very scary spot. I mean, that key, aiming for your dome. Gotta watch out for it.
Yeah, Ploopy, one of her bad habits is she, like, regardless of where she's at in the game, she does love mashing down air as her landing option. Like, you'll see, like, other game watchers like Monty do the drift with the air dodge.
Yeah.
But Ploopy doesn't do it as often, and Ploopy with a more stronger advantage state when compared to the two, but it's the volatility because like she's able to catch onto these air dodges and these reads from Kola, but the same can happen to Ploopy because she only does down air.
Yeah. Something to think about, maybe mark down as a game plan by Kola. Make this happen. He's a lot of ground to cover, but
gonna get caught again. Yeah, you want to catch the jumps with Cloud and or Roy.
Yep.
But so does Game & Watch. Game & Watch could just do the exact same thing. Get back here, going to take it. 67% for Kola right now. Just got to get one solid aerial. But again, I feel like both of them have the same type of game plan, except Game & Watch can juggle. Like they both, I want to jump with my long sword, and I want to jump with my sword that's a hurdle.
So you're saying we need to give Game & Watch a sword?
I'm saying we need to give Cloud a turtle.
You
see what that turtle's done for Ploopy, taking most of these stocks so far. Just imagine how long Cloud back air would be if you could just, same frame data, just...
What do you mean the bacon beats that? What? All right.
I guess bacon is stronger than a sword.
Bro, that was limit break slash, and it's just, all right, that's fine. Projectile density, apparently. You need to add that to the list. Man.
So Kola just having a hard time really getting in on Ploopy. Because like one opening for Kola is another 60% off of the ending of Kola's advantage state for Ploopy. Falling out of the cross slash, gonna get grounded, not finding much for Kola here as Kola just gonna get sent off stage. And that's
no, not off.
Not it quite yet.
Oh no.
But
the key man cometh.
Key man can't take it away as well though. We've seen what that key can do. But bomb gonna come out. Limit online, that's all offline, and that's not a dead Cloud. The battle of up smashes, the sword is gonna beat the scuba diver helmet. But the logic in this game is something. Bacon beating swords, swords gonna beat scuba diving. That means Bacon's stronger than the scuba dive helmet.
Maybe need to wrap the helmet in Bacon.
Turtle gonna take it. Back air is gonna send Kola down 2-0. Ploopy, again, just the starting momentum from Ploopy that hasn't let.
Yeah.
Like, yes, Kola's responded, but Ploopy's always one step ahead with these juggles, pushing Kola to the limit with how often Kola's tried to respond. Ploopy's just like, oh, I'm just going to parry, and then I'm going to get my own response.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing about it.
Aegis from Kola.
Okay, I have seen this before. Yes.
He did, though, Aegis in pools.
Yes.
And obviously the Roy would not, he has not been going Roy in this matchup.
Yeah. No, absolutely not.
Gonna experiment going Pyramithra here for Kola as Ploopy gonna try and still look to take home the set in the 3-0. I have never watched the Kola Aegis before.
There's like one set that is literally like coming to mind right now. But yeah, will be the Aegis. Look at that beautiful graphic switch too. Oh my god. Shout out production.
Yeah, whoever made the graphics for Patchwork, every single character having their own little cute stock icon.
Right, that's so cute.
Like, by far, the most creative branding for a tournament I've ever had the chance of being at. And the creative punish is coming out from Kola as well. Not having to rely on stuff like Cloud backer, you can actually do neutral with Game & Watch without the risk of just getting edge guarded. And having the explosiveness of Pyra and the speed of Mithra in comparison to just, like obviously you get back aired, you're still going to die because you're a sword character.
Right.
But having the speed to counteract Game & Watch is going to do a lot of work.
So yeah, it has been hit. That's mainly what's gotten Kola through pools, has been the Pyra. Yeah. And then again, over at Afterburner, that's where it was. And I was like, oh yeah, this man been practicing out hard.
When did he go Aegis at Afterburner?
It was against Finral and Aster. So also again, he's been using it in pools a lot to be more comfortable to get through. Doesn't really break it out too much in like the main things, but again, doesn't even matter because Poopy, she says, "Let's go, girls!" Taking them out immediately. 109 though, so there's a lot of damage on the table from Kola that would be effective.
But the down air, Game Watch a little too light to get the up air, but the back air going to come out and take the stock for Kola. Kola doing a lot better when comparatively to the Cloud.
Yeah.
Just not having to always be the person to rush in. And even when he gets juggled, he has foresight too with Mithra, so he can just air dodge out of the combos when he sees fit. But I mean, obviously an adaptation for Floopy is just, I'm going to wait for your air dodge, then I'm going to continue the nair anyway. But just having more options when compared to Cloud and Roy is giving Kola a lot more mileage here.
Yep. We're seeing it in real time here, though. This switch, I mean, arguably you could say Aegis would have just been better to pick from the start up against Game & Watch. Just being able to deal with, being able to slip in and maneuver a lot more, but still have a decent amount of power behind their hits to get the damage done. That Cloud, leaves off the table.
Yow! Getting caught with the jumps. Kola, first time this set with a lead.
Yes, which is crazy to say, but first time the entire set.
I think he's just been feeling more confident with, like as you said earlier, going Aegis in pools, but pulling him out probably for I don't know if it's for the first time, but first time in a minute in a top 8, like just a top cut qualifier. And right now, doing great work right now, getting Ploopy all the way up to about 50%. The largest lead for Kola, not just a, I take the stock immediately back, but Ploopy trying to find her way back. Got to be less aggressive with these down airs, as with back air going to kill at 70. A little bit of rage, but at 70. With Staling, too. I mean,
that's that character, man.
That's that Pyra Mithra magic. Is Kola going to take the first game of the set for him, as he is now down 2-1. Reverse 3-0 potential is on the horizon.
Oh, yeah. There's always that,
We're just going to go back.
The threat of the reverse sweep is there. But, yeah, again, just makes me wonder why he didn't start.
Definitely a confidence thing. Because if he's only been pulling it out in pools,
I suppose so,
he doesn't likely want to pull it out yet. Because it's clear that he's been experimenting with it, wants to pull it out for some of these harder matches that Cloud and Roy has. Game & Watch evidently being one of them. So we're seeing right now Kola getting a fantastic start with a nice little combo. And Bloopy's also just been shielding a lot against the Cloud because she didn't have to worry about Cloud grab.
Right.
But with Aegis, especially Mithra, you're going to get comboed, and then you have that damage output sort of matched when compared to Game & Watch Cloud. So Ploopy has to really figure out the disadvantage part and just not sit there in shield, sit there with matching down airs, and just figure out a way to get that same explosiveness you saw against Kola's Cloud. Yeah, and you can really see the game plan and the gears turning in Ploopy's head right now. It's like, all right, how do I get through this? How do I just finish this out? Because you don't want that reverse sweep happening. That's the whole thing about it. You want to get this definitive win the best you can. And right now, it's a tall order. Kola feeling a lot more comfortable on his Aegis. He's looking better, performing better, but whoa! Down tilt, clangs with down smash. Okay. And Kola surviving, holding stage right now. Very good looks for him right there. F-tilt not quite going to take the stock here, but Kola going to have the opportunity to hold Goofy at the ledge. But Turtles again just coming out and saving Goofy's behind, as Kola can't really find this hit. These F-tilts aren't really working out for him right now. Yep. As Ploopy. Great shield timing. Okay. Because we know how hard that head is with that helmet. But doesn't matter. Stock arrives all the same. Chair going to take it as Kola needs to figure out how did he get the stock off of Ploopy. One nair with the rage is just going to send Ploopy into such a great spot. Already at 40 off of one down throw. Oh, man. Not a great air dodge either. Kola starting to slip here. He doesn't have that same explosiveness as we saw in that last game.
Yeah.
Floopy finding that way with the poor disadvantage options that A just can't really land in the spot. So you just have to, it's either a reversal attempt or it's an air dodge. So Floopy calling both of those out beautifully as the down smash, taking the stock. Kola feeling a little bit shaken up right now in the player cam.
Visibly frustrated, yeah.
Just clocking into a 9-5, ready to take this set home and move into top 24 winner's side. But Kola, you can't count out at all, even if it looks like a tall task from him.
Jeez. Okay. Needs to lock in and get it done, Kola.
Kola gonna get the up air, probably on the start for a comeback if he can make it. But again, Floopy has done so good at juggling Kola, figuring out that, hey, Kola doesn't really have a lot of good landing options into me. Yep. So I'm just gonna wait. I'm just gonna wait for that option to come out, and I'm gonna hit it as Floopy getting Kola up to 62%. Kola just has to play perfect here with no mistakes into this last stock.
Yeah. Man, this is so crazy. Kola is one stock away from losing this 3-1, going down to the loser's bracket to finish things out here. Floopy just needs to hold on and keep up this game plan. That's been working for her so well.
Bombs just coming out in full force, too. Kola not having the opportunity to land. The turtles once again coming out. Floopy gonna get an up B to send Kola off, and no jump. Nothing. Dash attack again going to catch Kola, but I think this might just be wraps. As the
all
side
she wrote.
Ooh, all she wrote indeed is Floopy moving on to the top 24 winner's side.
Woo! She did it. The Game & Watch came to play.
Now she said it at Afterglow after the tournament, taking time. Oh no, I'm losing you.
Yeah.
This is sad.
It is what it is. It is what it is. I said we got to close out in style. We closing out in style.
Floopy going to upset to move on to top 24.
That's a good one to close out. Really good job. Really, just solid game plan from Floopy all the way through, making every single moment count, keeping Kola frustrated, essentially, because everybody says when you play against Game & Watch, you're playing with insanity. So just doing her best to get that done and moving on in the bracket. So really nice job on that end for him. But that will be it for myself. I think I might have to fill in somewhere else here, but if not, it's been really dope. Patchwork has been fun.
It's been a pleasure casting with you, Crow.
So much fun.
I mean, from a blue screen to a blue turtle from Floopy. I mean, we've had one heck of a block, and I think we're going to go to a break shortly, but in the meantime, stay tuned from some more exciting Patchwork action as we're not done quite yet. You've seen all day long, upset after upset after upset. Patchwork's only just beginning, and top 8 hasn't even happened yet. So stay tuned, everybody. We'll catch you guys in a minute.
Don't go too far.
Hello, everybody. It is Dr. Curb once again. I'm joined with the wonderful Solo Jones as we are in here for top 24 of Patchwork 2026. And man, we got a doozy heading on into this bracket with Meister playing Elijahman.
Yeah, and I don't know the history of these two in particular, but I know that Meister, obviously one of the best Game & Watch players in the entire world.
Right.
Often, at one point considered uncontestably the best. Now it's more of a toss-up. I think Mia's got that title. And then Elijahman, who one of the best Shulks. Is he the best Shulk right now? Yeah. So this is going to be an interesting one. I think historically people would think Shulk bodies Game & Watch. I don't know if that's still the case.
I believe, yeah. I think from what I've seen from both of these players, right, throughout the day, I was talking to Elijahman earlier about this exact set, and Elijahman was like, I feel pretty confident. I've been playing pretty good today, but having a close set with Light, I don't know if it went game 5, but all the games they played were last hit, and took a pretty mile onto Light. But Meister having to make a bit of a loser's trek, losing to Soul earlier in the day. Soul playing a lot with Uno from Kentucky, so the matchup experience is there, absolutely. But we're going to have to see if Meister can keep it going, and if Elijahman can potentially get this upset.
Yeah, these are two very seasoned players. They've been known entities for pretty much the entirety of Ultimate's lifespan. And I don't know if they've played before, but I'm really excited to see how this shakes out.
First time playing.
Is it? Awesome.
First time playing.
Yeah, so Shulk, I imagine Shield helps a hell of a lot against the very long combos that Game & Watch has.
Right.
Also, way more reach with the sword. I think Game & Watch mains, though, have been training to deal with swords since day one of Ultimate, so they've got a game plan going on.
I mean, we just saw with Ploopy Kola, no matter if it was Cloud, Roy, or Aegis, it felt like with swords, Game & Watch just has the number. I mean, I understand that shield art and whatnot could mess with Game & Watch a little bit, but you're off stage against Game & Watch, you're getting hit by back air. No matter what options you have, if you don't have a jump as Shulk, you're just gone.
Yeah, Game & Watch, one of the best anti-air characters in the game. You know, the last fish on that Nair is so good at catching jumps. Shulk, a character who likes to approach in the air when possible. So I think that anti-air space control is going to matter quite a bit. I also expect to see a couple parries on the big safe Nairs from Shulk. But it's going to be all about how much can Meister take each opening and how much can Elijahman keep him out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much Elijahman can really get off, because it feels like even though, you know, you have the uppy off of shield, but Meister just doing such a great job at responding to anytime Elijahman gets an opening. I'm just gonna parachute. I'm gonna get out of there. I don't want to get hit by Shulk stuff anymore. So Meister is just doing a great job with defense and also just waiting out the opportunities that Elijahman wants to get with Buster and Smash Art. And we're going to have to see if Elijahman can really figure out how he can just burst in on Meister and take that advantage.
Yeah, if you notice the way that Meister's been spacing back and forth this game, he is just outside of the range of that sword. He's giving a lot of respect to Shulk's burst range and waiting for a whiff. And there, down tilt whiffs, he gets a nice little back air for it, forces him off stage, and let's see how far he can take this advantage state. Even with shield, those up airs are going to juggle you.
I think in general, too, as Ultimate has, like, developed with its meta, I feel like more and more people have realized how to, like, juggle Shulk in shield art. Like, I lost to a Shulk earlier today in bracket. I played Brownie, ranked in North Carolina, and, like, Falco Shulk historically hasn't been great for Falco, but even then, there's development where you can just juggle Shulk. We're just going to see Meister take that stock with a down tilt and really make Elijahman work for it, but not going to fall for the up smash at the ledge.
Yeah, that's the Shulk classic. Yeah, Meister playing very much a bait and punish play style. There's a lot of dashing back, a lot of running up and shielding. He's just trying to get Elijahman to do something unsafe, and that's how he took that first stock, finding that down tilt on the down B from Shulk. But now it's going to be Elijahman in the driver's seat for this ledge trap and a fade back fair. That's one of those where, like, if he guesses right, you just die. Like, you have to pick a ledge option. Sometimes he covers it.
And even if you guess wrong as Shulk, I mean, you still have ledge. You still have stage control over Game & Watch.
Yeah,
so
100%.
It's just a solid win for Elijahman here, but getting juggled again with these nairs. Shield Art not doing much for Elijahman. Honestly, just keeping him further in the combo. Just with how Meister's been able to use the nairs to bait out like an air dodge or a shield from Elijahman and then continue the combo afterwards.
Yeah, and Shield Art, an absolute core to so much of Shulk's game plan. One of the main sources of strength for him is his ability to break out of combos with that. And so Meister, well studied, says, no, I've got a combo for you anyway. I'm just going to change my route up slightly. Though honestly, it doesn't seem like Game & Watch needs to change it up all that much.
Not at all, and I feel like for Elijahman, you have to constantly reinvent the wheel, whereas for Meister, it's like, oh, maybe I parachute less.
Yeah.
Maybe I down air less. So it feels like for Shulk, it's just an uphill battle. And again, Meister and Game & Watch in general just do fantastic into swords.
Yeah.
So
And
it's just that uphill battle. And Turtle going to come out taking that stock. Meister looking pretty clean so far.
Yeah, that was a great advantage state. He took that one. You know what? I feel like early in Ultimate, we were all trying to kill at 80. Now that's kind of the case sometimes, but you eventually learn what your win conditions are when someone's surviving a really long time. And Meister getting like 100% from one advantage state there. Like, he just kept you out the whole time. He's a very patient player. He's going to wait for his opportunity and not try to force anything.
Yeah, he's not afraid to nickel and dime, though for Game & Watch, I'd say it's quarters and half dollars.
Yeah,
how much
absolutely.
percent he just gets off of Elijahman with all of these juggles. Elijahman almost at 100%, and honestly really hasn't, outside of that first stock, hasn't really found that opening to get any sort of advantage state. Like,
oh, Shulk can do that?
Shulk can do that. Jump art, you can just go underneath any stage.
Yeah, well, that definitely helped him get out of that disadvantage state situation. But Meister just ran across the stage and kept ledge trapping him.
Smash Art Online going to take the stock with a nice up air, and suddenly a lot more even of a game, but the forward air not quite going to take it.
I thought that
Good
was
DI.
it.
Shield Art going to potentially save. No, that might be it. Yeah,
I
that's it. No, jump
really
art?
like.
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Great sneak in.
So
but
Meister,
the dash
just
tech
want
is
to talk
gonna
about
do
it for a second. Meister's awareness on
Yeah.
all of the shifts with neutral B, the Monado art, no matter what Monado art was out, he was ready with an option to edge, keep continuing that ledge trap,
Yeah.
and pushing Elijahman to eventually drop that stock, and for Meister to take game number one.
I like that little bit of technology we've got from the Game & Watch mains there. You know, back in the day, you'd go off stage and you bear.
Right.
And then maybe you double jump and bear again. Now, he intentionally is positioning himself low under the stage so that his up B, which has invincibility, will beat out Shulk's recovery hitbox. And that is just such a clever way to reset, get a little bit of damage, and keep the edge guard going in a completely safe way. Like, you're not getting a ton of reward off of it, but you are putting Elijahman in a really horrible position.
Yeah, and you don't need the damage as the reward. Like, you put Elijahman in such bad positions that eventually, one, something is going to open up,
Yeah.
or two, you're just going to get some crazy call out and you're going to kill him for it.
Yeah,
But we're
just
going to
burning his
FD.
resources. Yeah, this is an interesting
I'm
choice.
Quite perplexed by the pick from Elijahman because it feels like Meister's just been doing such a great job at calling the landings out from Elijahman and keeping him at disadvantage. I'm very curious to see what Elijahman ban. Like, maybe, like, I understand Shulk is really good on this stage because Shulk doesn't get, like, juggled often, but I mean, this is Game & Watch. This is not like your other typical juggle characters like Falco, like Palutena. Like, there's just a lot of characters that don't do good on the stage, but Meister and Game & Watch being one of those characters, and also not having platforms is very good for Shulk because no way to avoid the situations we see here. But I guess it's just volatile.
Yeah, I think to try to get inside his head, I think the main thing is those nair combos were dirty on Battlefield.
Yes.
You know, Game Watch character who can take a platform and turn it into 100 damage at the drop of a hat. So I think he just wants to create more resets, more neutral situations where he's got the range advantage, and then he can get him at sword length and kill him with a down tilt at 100.
Down tilt at 100. And also just not having the platform mix with recovery.
Yeah.
So he's just forced to, oh, I got to go high against Shulk. or I got to go low against Shulk with no barrier. So it's going to be a lot easier for Elijahman to read where Meister is going.
Yeah, he's simplifying the game. And when it's a simple game, a sword beats a rock. It's just got a little more range on it. And so far that's working out for Elijahman. Just kind of getting these little bits of damage here and there and barely getting hit at all here on FD.
Yeah, just putting on the pressure from having no platforms. It's just giving Elijahman so much of an opportunity to push Meister to the brink. I feel like Meister's been so much more aggro to try and really find that opening. Kind of an inverse of what we saw in game number 1, where Elijahman was the one that was off the back foot. And Shulk having the opportunity just to take stocks like that with Smash Art. Meister and Game & Watch don't really have that. You have to rely on these edge guards. We're going to see Meister take that stock, but not without an effort from Elijahman to trade.
Yeah, nice little desperation move there, trying to catch him with the up B the other way. Doesn't work, but man, 112 is quite a bit of damage here. Forward throw, not going to take it quite yet. Speed art on for this ledge trap. Meister just going to wait it out down underneath the stage. But it really does just take one more opening here for Elijahman, especially if he can get that Smash Art out.
Then a throw with the back throw. No Smash Art online quite yet. Now it is, and he's trying to just take the stock, pushing Meister into shield. Meister going to do a great job stalling out, though, but can he make it back without getting hit by a forwarder? He does not. As he parachutes over the ledge, and Elijahman takes his second stock again, number 2.
Yeah, that fair is one of those moves where it not only hits 2 ledge options, it also hits ledge. So if you wait, you get hit. So it kind of like forces you to pick an option there. And unfortunately, the wrong one picked there for Meister. But now he has an opportunity to make up some of this percentage. And again, not being able to land on a platform is meaning he's not getting quite as few up airs as before. So I think smart choice from Elijahman to go here.
Yes, exactly. And now right now, Meister having a little bit of percent come back there with a nice juggle situation. But Elijahman holding strong, not losing the stock quite yet. And all it takes for Elijahman is one opening with Buster Art to send Meister in that panic state we saw earlier in this game, where he's just constantly throwing out aerials, constantly throwing anything at the kitchen sink just to make something work. But sending Elijahman off, this could be a strong opportunity, but the down air not going to connect, and Elijahman just going to move and take the stock with an up air. What a beautiful conversion to catch the constant jumps from Meister just to desperately take that stock. Elijahman's like, no. It's my turn to take the stock, and I'm going to steal that game and take it.
Dude, who needs Smash Art when you've got Smash Ultimate Rage? He was at 53% there, and he died off the top. I'm pretty sure he was in Speed Art or something.
He was in Jump.
Yeah, he was in Jump. He was not in Smash Art. But yeah, that Rage and being close to the top, Game & Watch, one of the lighter characters in the game. I didn't know that up air was that strong. I'm going to be honest with you.
It's pretty good. Especially since, again, Game & Watch, Max Rage, FD having... just being at that height with Game & Watch, trying to catch Shulk up high. Just a great call out. And he's going to take that game. And FD's making a lot more sense. It feels like Meister not as comfortable on that stage in comparison to Elijahman.
Yeah, but the good thing for Meister here is he did win that game 1, which gives him that counter pick advantage. So nice of Elijahman to realize what might have made the difference, but now I got a platform to work with. Let's see if it makes a big difference.
Yeah, monoplats for Game & Watch, a lot of great extensions with the Nair, and just having a little bit more landing mix when compared to FD, but not enough landing mix to where we saw in game number 1 where Elijahman just couldn't get in. So maybe a healthy medium that we're going to see both players trying to adapt to.
Yeah, Game & Watch creating the Game & Watch bubble, where he just kind of hangs out under that platform and sharks over and over and over again, and it's your job to find your way to the ground. So far, Elijahman not having any luck in that regard.
Not quite yet. We're seeing a bit of what we saw in game number 1, but Meister gonna fall a little bit flat here as he's trying to find his way back in after Speed Art just boosted Meister off. Buster Art trying to really get some damage onto Meister, but not quite, as Meister gonna get the grab, send Elijahman to disadvantage once more. As no matter what Monado Art seems to be out right now, but Elijahman continuing to nickel and dime.
Yeah,
might not matter though, Smash Art.
True, yeah, here's his chance to even things up after a percentage disadvantage. The up B not going to connect though, and Meister looking to reverse the situation. Does eventually take a bear to the face. Elijahman with no Smash Art, but can he find this stock? Another advantage situation, and he is not going to chase Meister off stage just yet.
Not quite indeed, but center stage so strong for Elijahman, utilizing this middle platform to avoid getting landed on top of.
He keeps whiffing those.
I mean, yeah, there's no way to work
unfortunate.
around that. But Meister just going to go high, avoiding the Smash Art. His stalling has been so good on Smash Art.
Yeah, he's so aware of Shulk's options and knows exactly how long he needs to wait them out. And he's got a plan, but wow, nice little back air from Elijahman actually going to take it. and 126%. This could be evened up real quick, but Elijahman going to extend as long as he can here.
Yes, Buster online top of having Rage. This could be detrimental. Meister having a lot more predictable landings with these down airs, but Elijahman, doesn't want to contest that. The moment he's wrong, he is going to die, but nice DI there, and having Jump Art going to immediately give you back center stages. Meister desperately needs to take the stock and not get called out while doing so.
Yeah, up B going to find a hit. Elijahman, gets a cheeky roll back the stage, and Meister's not quite going to catch it. And now it's Shulk's turn to play the bubble game. Will he find more out of this advantageous positioning? But no, he's forced to the outside. No hits, but it's a positioning win for Meister. And now he's taking it all the way to the bank.
Nice air dodge read with that up smash from Meisters. We're going back to an even game, but Elijahman going to start out being the one to more nickel and dime Meister, as Speed Arc's just been so good at calling out these back air attempts or an air attempts from Meister.
Yeah, and we've got more big combos coming up. 50 on the board, and there he goes, using that platform. And look, the way he's able to use the platform and then drift off the platform to delay the second up air and catch the air dodge, that's one of the ways that Game & Watch can use that to extend these advantage states as much as he possibly can. And Meister, pretty much one of the best in the world at doing that. So going to turn into 122% in the blink of an eye.
Yes, and even then, like in that juggle situation, Elijahman was changing Monado art multiple times to mix up the launch distance, but Meister still ready because middle platform just gives him that much of an opening to just continue a combo without having to worry about getting punished. There's a little bit of a percent change from Meister with the Buster art, but again, Elijahman just hasn't found that concrete opening. He's just going to continue getting sent in and sent off, sent in and sent off, and just not really find much mileage. Is the down tilt going to not take the stock quite yet?
Yeah, shield saving him there, but now the shield is gone. One more hit like that from Meister will take it, but now that you're in the orange percent, I'm pretty sure Smash Art is somewhere online.
We saw what happened last game.
Yeah,
and
it is
even
not
though it wasn't
over.
with Smash Art, Shulk with Rage is prominent, but he can take, and it took away that stock as Meister holding on with about 67% and just making sure Elijahman doesn't get much mileage off of anything thanks to this middle plat.
Yeah, and burning through that shield art real quick. Only 38 taken, not the end of the world. If he can find a big Smash Art hit, Elijahman's still 100% in this, and that might be the opening he needs. Can he convert? Can he find one more to add on to this? He does. 89%, and wow, and all in there from Elijahman, going to reverse the situation.
But it's okay. Jump art immediately let him get back. The F smash not quite going to take it.
Shocked.
A little too far away from that blast zone. Back air, back throw, not gonna. He's just dead.
Yeah,
Smash
using
art.
his own Smash Art against him.
Yep.
Sending him to the blast zone at like 65%.
Yes.
Unbelievable.
I mean, he's just constantly trying to go low against Meister when he's at that point with panicking with the Monado art. And Meister recognizing that and taking these early stocks as a result. Now him up 2-1. Very curious to see where we go now.
Yeah, exactly. I think Sages have had a huge role to play in this set so far. And now, again, Meister has the final counter pick. Big advantage. And here Elijahman gets to pick, but I'm sure FD will be banned after that game too. So where are we going to end up?
That's the question. And right now we're just waiting and seeing. Is Meister looking confident, ready to take this one home and continue the lengthy losers run to get into top 8?
Yeah, it would be big for him. Meister a higher seed, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, he will have to play Kola after this.
Oh wow, that would be a fire set. Yeah,
barn burner for sure if he can make that possible.
That would be a classic.
Indeed. Just sitting and waiting to see
Yeah,
where we go from here.
Some serious thought being put into the stage picks here for Elijahman. And it looks like he's going to land on PS2. I'm a little surprised.
How so?
Well, it has two great platforms. And I know for a fact that Game & Watch loves this stage. Killing early off the top is nice. There's a lot of space to weave in and out of Shulk's pressure.
Maybe he's just the best of like what was available.
Yeah, I think that's probably where we ended up. That's probably why it took him so long, right? He couldn't go to any of his primary picks, so he ends up on one of his secondary picks.
And it's resulting in just having biplats, which like as we saw on that, as I saw from Ploopy earlier with this stage, Game & Watch is just great at juggling on biplats, and Shulk not really having the most opportunity to really get in on Game & Watch with platforms near. So you were talking about it before the set even started. This matchup just seems really tedious for Shulk with even just one platform.
Yeah, it makes a really big difference. Meister, again, racking a lot of percent here, 125 on the board. Elijahman finding one hit with that up tilt, but then going for a second one just a little too early. He's going to get hard punished. Another grab, 161. And again, the percent doesn't really matter that much. It's all about that final hit, and Meister going to be the one to find it here.
Yeah, percent mattering there. Over 180 on Elijahman, taking that stock with the down air as Meister, again, he hasn't really had to change much. He's just had the access to more platforms. Like, okay, I know when you're going to change your Monado air. I'm going to combo you in shield,
Wow,
and there's nothing he can do about it because Shulk doesn't have a jump at that point, so he's just going to continue getting hit by the nairs. Of course, he doesn't mind because it's not any damage, but it is just funny to look at.
That is the top player difference right there, right? Being ready for anything. He has studied and practiced and labbed Shulk shield art combos, but that powered up back throw going to take the stock and kind of even things up here.
Absolutely, but Elijahman has to be careful. He's been doing a lot of aggressive aerials on that Game & Watch shield, and that's going to result in more juggles and less of an opportunity for Elijahman to close that gap against Meister.
Yeah, and what Meister is doing to get in on Elijahman is so much harder than he's making it look. Trying to create unsafe spacings on a character with aerials this safe, really, really hard to do. But Meister, the positioning god, is moving his way in and out. He's finding those small openings in the pressure. But now it's going to be Elijahman with the center stage. Again, he just weaves his way in there and finds the big hit. Can he turn it into a kill?
And that's the question, is Elijahman at about 130, Meister just continuing to move back and forth around the Monado master himself, as an up air attempt would have probably taken that stock.
Yeah, I really think it would.
He might be more powerful than Monado itself, as Meister one stock away from advancing in this bracket.
All right, a whiffed pivot grab goes unpunished there from Elijahman. He really wants not just an opening, but a big one. But it's going to be Meister instead who gets what he wants. Still, though, shield art actually, being kind of favorable there. He chose the right moment to switch into it, and it bailed him out of that combo and kept his hopes alive in this game 4.
Smash art online as well. Again, the rolls not going in the favor of Meister. It's so hard. You said it earlier. It's basically a guessing game, and he guessed wrong there as Meister down to his last stock in game number 4. And Elijahman looking to push this to a game 5.
Yeah, and these nairs are really getting punished. Like, Meister is just waiting with these up Bs, moving his positioning around so that the landing on shield is unsafe. Almost no characters can punish Shulk on shield, but Meister says, hey, I'm one of them.
And he is doing a great job at that, but 130 again for Elijahman. We saw him in the spot earlier in this game, and he lost it immediately. He needs to hold on. He can't be aggressive with these arrows, and he's got to find that opening on Meister. But it's so hard. Not even just this Game & Watch, but just Meister. In these last stock situations, Meister has nerves of steel, and he will not give up. Like, you see his ambiguous move. He's just standing there. He's waiting for you to be the aggressor because he doesn't have to approach, and he can just get that opening when he sees fit. And he's got to be careful, though. He's getting around that point, but it doesn't matter. Once again, he's stronger than Monado, and Meister moving on further in this loser's bracket to play Kola for 13th.
That'll be awesome. I hope we get to commentate that one. But the key coming out for like 1 frame there, man. That move is so fast, and it just beats out. Shulk has some strong, big hitboxes, but they do not come out quickly. And once Meister worked his way in, he was just able to win the frame data battle. And that's really how that one worked out over and over again. But yeah, what a great showing from Elijahman. Was that winner's side?
That was losers. So
oh, no.
Losers.
So he is
these are
now
all
out.
loser sets.
Yeah. So he is now out, and again, Meister going to be progressing. So good for him. Congrats to the Mexican Demon making his way up here and killing it.
He was talking to people earlier. I mean, not sponsored by anyone at the current moment, but he's looking to travel to an event once a month. So maybe we've seen the return of Meister on an active stage.
That'd be awesome.
He was at Comic Palooza. I believe he got 9th, losing to Mars and someone else. I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
But
good showing for someone who's not as active as he once was. Again, Meister at one point was in the conversation for best player in the world. Back 5 years ago, 4 years ago, something like that. And it's cool to see him back, throwing hands with some really good players.
Yeah, we're waiting on Anarchy and Spickles to come to the setup.
That's
Georgia,
a Southeast classic
Georgia
right
classic.
there. Yeah. Anarchy, I think he's technically South Carolina, but he's sort of bounced around the Southeast.
Well, he's home for the summer.
Yeah.
Oh,
true.
no, I'm thinking, no, yeah, Georgia. That's the only Greninja in that goes to Georgia events, right?
Yeah. He
Okay.
I think he lives over the border, but he drives down to Atlanta.
Yes.
Okay. But yeah, he's lived all over the Southeast, I think. He goes to school in one state, lives in the other, so he's competed everywhere. And then Spickles is a Georgia boy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Spickles coming off of a barn burner Game 5 against Deli Boyd to make it in the top 24. Anarchy beating Arcdy earlier in the bracket, but I'm not sure who sent him into losers. I'm going to check right now. As he got sent to losers by Wrath.
Oh wow!
I mean, that's like
Wrath. That's another Georgia classic. Yeah, they know each other so well. They've played a million times. So, really, not that surprised that someone knew how to deal with the Luigi. But you know what? Luigi has kind of been on the rise lately. You want to tell people about that?
Yeah, Raru taking the big stage late last year, and early last year, and then moving forward to becoming a top 10 player in his own right, and then that caused the rise of players like, I mean, Guy was that Luigi for a long time before Raru, but then Guy since moving to Street Fighter, right?
Yeah.
And doing great with that. So Raru, Ogaru from Japan, got Navy. So like there's just Japan has just been the renaissance of all these touch of death characters.
Yeah.
But then moving to the States, you have Spickles recently coming back from Japan doing amazing.
Yeah, he has some incredible wins, right?
Yes, beating Karage, just notably. That's the only one I can think of because I didn't really watch Spickles run at Kagaribi, but I know he did beat Karage. I know he beat Masa too.
Oh wow!
So he's
impressive.
He's gone crazy in Japan, coming back and really making the work.
Yeah, Karage, that's a crazy win. I'm not that surprised because man, I have known Spickles since he was like 13 years old. He used to come to Ultimate events back in like 2019. He was like this little kid who was pretty good at Luigi. He was like a 3-2, 4-2er, and he's just been getting better and better. But not just that, he's played Fatality so many times down there in Georgia. So awesome to see that that matchup experience paid off. I don't know how this set's going to go versus Anarchy, who these are two, again, fairly young up-and-coming players. So awesome to see them doing great. I think they do. I think they both go to 404.
So, I mean, this is just an average, the average night for them at this point. So just to give it a little bit of a check here, for those who are unaware of their set history, Spickles and Anarchy says they've never played, but I don't think that's accurate at all.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I figured they've played. They've been in the same region. They've both been really good players for a while. Anarchy sort of is active on and off, so it's not.
No.
Really? Has he lately been very active? I just remember a couple years ago.
They've never played.
They've never played once.
Never played once. Anarchy's
That's
been
interesting.
I feel like there was a stint in time where he was at Georgia events, right?
I am not. I'm sure they've been to many events in the same place, but I guess the fates have just never aligned. So we're going to see this here.
I'm double checking.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound right.
It doesn't sound right. But Greninja, a character who has always been considered good.
No? Yeah.
But
first time they've ever played.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, Greninja, a character who's always been considered good. It's kind of always been up for debate exactly how good. Some people think he's a secret sleeper top tier. Some people are like, he's just pretty good. He's a high tier. I think he's really good. And kind of the same thing for Luigi. Like for a long time, people had him in like bottom 20, which I always thought was insane.
But now people fully realizing that touch of death potential that this plumber has. We're going to get into game one between Anarchy and Spickles going to PS2. I mean, also, too, there's not a lot of Greninjas anymore. It is just Anarchy since Suna retired, right?
Yeah, it does seem that way. Getting a great opening to start here. You were never safe versus Luigi, obviously, but it's awesome to get on the board first. He's also at 20, which makes it just a little bit harder for him to die off of one interaction. I'm not exactly sure how susceptible Greninja is to the 0 to death, but I know it technically works on every character.
Greninja a lot more of a fast faller, so it does work better on the fast fall.
That makes sense.
Greninja's so slippery, so it's just hard for Luigi to really find that opening. We saw in that start off this stock, Anarchy just constantly weaving around Spickles with a bunch of these dash attacks and back airs and taking that time to really get the percent he's at now. But Spickles, obviously playing Luigi, packs a lot more of a punch, so even if Anarchy mixes up his movement, the moment he makes that mistake, it's a big punch in the face or a big kick to the face, and he's just going to take that stock.
Yeah, and Anarchy, now Luigi's in the worst situation possible. He's off stage. Luigi has a really good vertical recovery, but wow, great cyclone from ledge to reclaim space and get back to center. But this edge guard's not over.
No, Anarchy just holding strong. I think that's just going to save him with the misfire, and not going to get the forward air. Great grab to call that out. Both parties just struggling to kill each other right now. but just goes to show how evenly matched both these players are. I mean, even though they don't play at 404 never played at 404.
Yeah, apparently.
They clearly know each other quite well, as both parties over 130. Down B not going to get punished. I love the drift from Spickles when he's doing those cyclones, but it's not enough, as the F tilt going to come out from Anarchy to take stock number 1.
All right, we got a juggle situation here, but a Nair going to trade and kill off the top. You know, Luigi can throw out a lot of hitboxes in a row, and if you're not completely true with those combos, which a lot of times Greninja up airs aren't, you're going to get a trade, and there that trade working in Luigi's favor. Again, 67% on the board, and we have another situation where Luigi's off stage. I love the attempt at using the water gun to force him under the stage there and gimp him. Doesn't work this time, but that's such a clever option.
Yeah, even with Spickles having a jump there, that would have just killed him, but not going Anarchy's way. But he's Greninja just doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, maybe this is why no one plays him anymore.
Hey, I don't know Anarchy changed his name to Nobody, but that's crazy.
Nobody else.
Ah, true. Spickles trying to find it. Like, honestly, I mean, you were saying it earlier, it's really hard to find that kill for Spickles. He has to just do an aerial rather than your traditional grab combo.
Yep. And the main weakness Luigi has is that really slow airspeed. He has incredible aerials, but wow, that water gun to force him up into the air and then find the back air. Beautiful stuff here. Is it water gun or hydro pump?
I believe it's hydro pump.
Oh, cool. I wasn't sure which water move.
Squirtle has
Squirtle's water gun. That makes sense, but either way, using the win box from that to create a beautiful edgeguard situation.
Yeah, and Spickles, I mean, you'd think for Luigi, right, it's not nickel and diming, but we haven't really seen like the Nair into up Bs. We haven't seen the grab combos. Ooh, maybe now.
And on PS2, it's still not quite going to kill. Great DI, not getting mixed up. Yeah, and the back air going to catch the landing. And this is a moment for Spickles. He needs to convert, and he does find a dare. It was techable, but not going to happen, and we're back to a near even game.
I mean, I was just trying to say he was nickel and diamond, but he just wanted me to shut up and let him do the work. As Spickles going to take that stock, but it's got to be a little bit careful here. These rolls have been getting called out a lot in this game, number 1, and Hydro Pump going to try and send Spickles in a bad spot. Holding ledge a little too long here. Anarchy's looking to make this edge guard worth it to take game number 1.
Yeah, oh my gosh. Yeah, again, the Hydro Pump doing so much to throw off Spickles' usual recovery and forcing him into a situation where he has to take an early air dodge, and he is right there to punish.
So many creative routes for Greninja to really kill Luigi. Like, even if it isn't with a Hydro Pump, you could do an F tilt, you do a down tilt into a forward air. And with Hydro Pump, it puts Luigi in such a weird spot, and it just happens to be perfectly in the midst for Greninja to get a kill.
Yeah, and that one, if we're playing normal nickel and dime back and forth neutral, Greninja's going to win.
Oh, of course.
We need to see those big stocks from Luigi in order to make this one closer to even. Spickles needs to find a grab in neutral, needs to find some way to kill him, like sub 50.
He needs to figure out how to get through the slipperiness. Like, we've seen a lot of these dashes out from Anarchy, and it's been great because it's caused Spickles to get reactive and do something like a grab that's not good, which is what allows Anarchy to get these long extended edge guards and get those stocks. So Spickles, exactly right, Solo Jones.
Are you from the South?
I am from Ohio.
Okay. Have you ever been down in a creek and tried to catch a frog?
I have.
It's tough, right?
It is tough.
They're slippery little bastards. They get away from you.
That's what Anarchy's doing right now.
Absolutely.
Being slippery, and the fishing from this plunger net not in the favor of Spickles right now.
Yeah.
As just laughs coming out from both parties here.
I can't believe they never play. They look like best friends.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like Super Major's lying to me.
Yeah.
But Anarchy and Spickles going to small battlefield, maybe going to be a little bit easier to kill off the top for Spickles when he can't find those grabs. Because all of Anarchy's skills have been on the side. So it doesn't really matter changing this stage. So maybe Spickles just wants to get these grabs, to get these kills off the top, especially if he can't get that 0 to death that we're used to seeing from Luigi.
Yeah, I think we also wanted to see a smaller stage so that he could find openings, and here is one. Can he convert it into a kill? What an unconventional combo route.
Double parry to get up to 96%. That's the explosiveness we were talking about, Solo.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what? I think he kind of needed to convert that into a kill there in order to get a true advantage. Now at 106%, he has to find the right opening. It can't just be any hit versus Greninja. And Anarchy going to work his way back to stage without dying.
That is true. but he's going to get the up smash to
That'll
catch that landing from Anarchy. And even if he doesn't immediately get the stock off of that like grab combo we just saw, Anarchy's getting impatient with the jumps, and he's trying to really find his way in when he's the one down. He's a very reactive player when it comes to both these players. Just love pressing the button when they are down. So, especially for Spickles playing Luigi, they're going to love that. They're going to love just throwing their noggin out there and taking stocks, or their giant fist to take those stocks off of aggressive Greninja aerial. So Anarchy now the one off the back foot, but not for long, as he's going to catch the drop from Plat with F smash.
Yeah, always nice to see a good old-fashioned read come out and take a stock, even this late into the meta. Great F smash there from Anarchy. And again, I wonder if the parries are going to be the key here for Spickles. He can't. It's hard to aggress with a character this much slower, but you might be able to play some key defense and find big openings.
Yeah, we're seeing Anarchy do a lot of landing nairs and forward airs, like to try and just put space on Spickles. So we saw what happened in Stock 1 when Anarchy tried to do that. Can we see it again?
Yeah, there is a parry punish right there, finding a little dash attack, which is going to lead into a big situation. Finding the down B, and I don't know if it was a mix on DI or not, but that time it killed.
And it's the lower ceiling on small.
Yeah, I think it's a little lower. I know PS2 has a fairly low one as well. I'm not sure the exact stats on that, but either way it works out, and tragic.
Spickles. Huge for Anarchy. I mean, we saw what Spickles did with that lead in this first stock of game 2. Anarchy is going to take full advantage as Greninja up smash working for the first time this set.
Yeah, one thing Luigi does best is play off of fear. That up air's not going to kill.
No way. Anarchy just riding this momentum so well, but what were you trying to say?
I was saying Luigi works best when your opponent is afraid. Like, he wants you to shield so he can grab you. Anarchy showing no fear, but this conversion would strike fear into the hearts of anybody.
Trying to go for the F smash. That was scary. The up smash not going to get the sweet spot to kill Spickles there. And all of a sudden, we're at an even game.
Yeah, this is 100% an even game. 85%. You could still survive 1 or 2 more interactions if you're Luigi. You need to find the right hit to kill Greninja. Will that forward air kill? No, not
no
quite.
No jump online either, so Hydro Pump going to come into full effect. Never mind, we're just going to do another back air and take the stock. But the crazy thing is that wouldn't have worked if Spickles didn't fall out of this first back air. He got sent up, and then the back air sent him further up than it was intended to. And that just caused Anarchy to get the perfect edge guard once again. A little bit of a scarier situation this time with Spickles being more potent with these combos, but again, not enough. The SD especially giving Anarchy that momentum to take home that game.
Yeah, the weaknesses of Luigi really being shown there. No jump off stage. It should be checkmate. And that is indeed what happened. But now Spickles has to figure something out. That game was looking really good up until he died at like 80.
They had a great start with the Nair punish. And back air is kind of awkward. Back air is great to parry, but it's awkward because Greninja can just space it. So even with some of the options Greninja has, parrying it's not enough. So you just have to be calling out these nairs and the forward airs to really make your mark. Yeah. And also, like, even when you're not getting a parry, we're not seeing the nairs into up Bs, the up tilts into up Bs. It feels like the explosiveness still isn't there for Spickles.
Yeah, I think Anarchy's doing an excellent job of spacing his moves on shield so that even when he gets parried, all Spickles is finding is a down tilt, and ooh, scary situation there. Oh, there we go. See, he finds a down tilt. That time he gets a grab into the up B. Excellent stuff. So every time he has found that down tilt off a parry, he has gone for a grab, and every time Anarchy has jumped instead. I wonder what clued him in there that Anarchy was going to get scared and shield, because it works out this time.
Yeah, finding that kill, getting another parry off these back airs. It feels like Spickles really holding on to that parry game plan and taking it into full effect now. And the spacing from Anarchy as well, not being as good on these back airs as of these last couple interactions. So can Spickles continue to hold on and recognize that as Anarchy gets desperate for this kill?
Oh, wow. Just going to find the raw up smash out of a he like fell out of a combo there and just did it.
Yep.
Anarchy with some excellent reactions here. Oh, wow. Yeah, getting the Zair, going for the up tilt to call out the spot dodge, but well timed there from Anarchy, going to avoid it.
Yeah, while Greninja is a fastballer, it's just he's slippery as a fastballer. Fox, more stubby, so you're just going to get those combos, but Greninja being able to just slip through with the spot dodges and the air dodges no matter what Luigi throws out. But right now, Spickles doing a great job getting these parries and pushing Anarchy to the brink, as Anarchy trying to do his thing and get back to the stage, but not finding it as a nair. Back air almost going to take it, but Spickles finding more of that advantage as we were talking about earlier. And the up smash too, calling out the jumps too. We're talking about those jumps from Anarchy to in the spots with grab, but just he's been doing it so much to try and find that landing aerial that Spickles taking those stocks with it.
Yeah, and did Spickles parry Hydro Pump earlier? Today
Yes.
I learned.
You
I did not know that was a thing.
hitbox. It does damage.
Yeah, I guess so.
You can parry Hydro Pump. It's just, we haven't seen it because he's been off stage getting edge guarded by Hydro Pump, so you can't parry in the air. Imagine if you could.
Yeah, there's not a lot of application to that, I think. I just thought it was an interesting thing to note. Nice little nair out of the combo there, and we're seeing a lot of that out of
if you parry Hydro Pump at ledge, you can edge guard Greninja because he's in frame disadvantage.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting. I didn't know it froze him like that.
It froze him for a second earlier, and he didn't get much off of it. He got a Zair off of it, but you can punish Greninja in that spot.
That's cool.
And he's going to just take the stock with the up tilt.
Why not? Just up tilt.
He's getting this explosiveness on lock as Spickles looking for a reverse 3-0.
It seems like he's picking apart some habits here. We're seeing some adaptation to not just, the parries are great, but then the parries do not create an opening on their own. Or they create an opening, but they create sort of like a 50-50 mix-up. Like, what are you going to do after I hit you with the down tilt? And Spickles really only needs to guess right, once to take a stock.
Yeah, and especially since those parries, right? They're forcing Anarchy to jump a lot more, empty jump, rather than just landing with the aerial. And that is opening up the up tilt, that is opening up the nair into the kill. So we're going to have to see if Anarchy, going back to small battlefield, can adjust that game plan. Maybe start getting some grabs of his own when Spickles is just parrying on lock.
Yeah, they're right into it before the camera even switches. Luigi was on the platform harassing him, and
Oh no,
oh
and that is
no.
The stock. The Spickles is online.
Yeah, Spickles has woken up. He has put the frog to bed here on this first stock. And, okay, a little combo of Anarchy's own coming out here, but that doesn't really compare.
No, not at all. I mean, the explosiveness we saw from Anarchy in the first two games was reliant on those reads, but now Spickles being more awake and more potent to punish Greninja's bad options.
Ooh.
I like the counter attempt with like how Spickles has been throwing out aerials in those spots, but not going to get there that time. But
yeah, either an aerial or a cyclone. He was looking for either one there as a punish, but going to find a grab instead. Ledge trapping and edge guarding are what it's all about here for Anarchy. He needs to find these because he's not winning in a raw on-stage battle, but he will find one that way with a down tilt to up smash.
Yes, indeed. Anarchy finding that opening, but now has to make his way back as Spickles fully online at this point with advantage, so you can't be as precarious with the aerials as you were earlier in the set.
All right, 64 though. This could have been so much worse for Anarchy here on the second stock. Already doing half the percentage, and he's got him in a ledge trap situation. Spickles trying to work his way back. Shuriken being used for some pressure, but no conversion going to come off of it this time.
It's going to hold on. Getting the up tilt, but the trade not going to give Spickles the opportunity to get that kill as Anarchy slowly finding his way back, but finding himself in a bit of an edge guarding situation himself. Has to be careful here. He missed the tech earlier against Spickles and lost the stock quite early in game 2, so you just gotta make sure he doesn't fall flat to the Luigi ledge traps. Because we haven't seen Luigi do a lot of these ledge traps. It's always Greninja, it's always Anarchy. So.
Yeah, he's been getting like little bits of chip damage off the ledge traps. They haven't really turned into kills that often. It's mostly been the raw on-stage stuff that has turned into big advantages. Another parry.
Smash.
Yeah, mixing up the option there. He knows he can kill without doing anything fancy, so he just takes the raw punish.
And he's going to just continue to just bold. Anarchy not going to get the up smash. We're getting a little too excited there, but staying strong on stage, not having to worry about it as the up tilt's starting to come out. Greninja having one of the best jumps in the game, so he can just get out of that no problem. But he's got to find his way in and take the stock because all it takes is one opening from Spickles to change this to a 2-2 set.
Okay, still has his jump, I think, so he's not dead yet, but
no, good
that'll
challenge.
do it.
Good trade from Anarchy and Spickles on tournament stock right now. Anarchy having to be careful here. At this point, one opening is going to take it, and it is double parry off of the back air into the up B. We're getting to game 5, Solo Jones.
Don't you love when you make a call out as a commentator, like, I wonder if parrying is going to be the key to this matchup, and then you see it come to fruition. He is getting so good at parrying those back airs and finding big punishes off of it. It's now up to Anarchy to mix more and more. and try to find a different way to get in.
It feels like he hasn't changed it up too much. I feel like he's too scared to grab, which it makes sense. If he misses an opportunity, he's a fast faller as Greninja. He's going to get thrown. Boom, boom, bam. My stock is gone. And I need to play off the back foot as Greninja. And even though I could get these edge guards, they're very lengthy and they work quite well. I'm not going to get that same explosiveness like Spickles because that's just my character.
Oh, I see what happened now. Spickles has the mana from heaven. He's eating the best Pop-Tarts flavor, and that's where he got his power from halfway through this set. He's eating a s'mores Pop-Tart in between games in this set. So if you know, you know. Eat one of those every set, you'll win no matter what.
And he's making it work as we go back to Battlefield. Oh, wait, go to Battlefield. Actually, I don't think we went Battlefield.
Yeah, I don't think we've been here.
Interesting. I mean, Greninja does a really great job at getting the Battlefield tech chases as we're seeing right now, giving more mix in his landings so he doesn't have to rely on having to mash an aerial to land like we saw in the previous games this set. So good pick from Anarchy here. Taking those first 2 games really meant a lot as he has counter pick advantage. So finally making some experimentation with the Battlefield pick, and Spickles off the back foot trying to get anything going as Anarchy just continues to stay strong.
Whoa, what was that trade? That's going to result in an offstage Greninja. And now, Spickles, again, he's finding these Zairs. He goes for the second grab, and Anarchy doing a great job of not getting hit by them very often. More often than not, the risk-reward favors jumping there. It's up to Spickles to find a good call-out.
Yeah, no jump online. This could be huge for Anarchy if he can just hold on, but no. Spickles going to make it back, but at 100%, Anarchy doing a great job just keeping Spickles at bay and using the platforms not only just to avoid getting hit by Spickles in these landing situations, but just to maneuvering around everything so well as the back air taking that first stock with Anarchy only taking 14%.
Yeah, Anarchy needs to hit these edge guards. He cannot drop those or he is giving Spickles one more chance to find a big combo. And so far this game, he's done a great job of pushing every advantage he gets.
A nice ledge trap sequence coming on from Spickles too. Not going to get the kill.
Great parry,
Great
but
spacing.
The spacing from Anarchy going to make that safe on parry. Still another big up B coming out. Not quite going to kill, but 108 now on the board. And this, okay, just back throw.
FDI, sending Anarchy into another edge guarding situation. Not going to find it though. Battlefield having a higher ceiling than the stages we've seen so far as well, so that up B not going to kill as effectively, but it doesn't matter when Greninja can just carry you up to the top blast zone and get that kill anyway.
Yeah, Spickles going for another Cyclone, but Anarchy not falling for it. That dash attack does have kill power, but not quite enough to take it here.
Spickles needs to take the stock. Again, having that higher ceiling really benefiting Anarchy right now as he can just traverse through these fights, but again, that dash attack kill power coming in right there, taking that stock. Is Spickles evening it out. One grab away from making it even, but Anarchy making it super difficult to really find it.
Yeah, and going for some more grabs here. Not getting punished for them necessarily as much as I think Anarchy would hope. But honestly, I think that just shows Anarchy's great discipline, right? If he can't punish it, he's not going to try to force his way in. He's waiting for his opening. Nair going to connect into a trade, and the tech chase not quite going to happen, but he does continue to put pressure on the plat. And it's up to Spickles now to fight his way back in, which he does, but down tilt, up smash, not quite going to take it.
It's a little bit scary for Anarchy right now, though. He's in disadvantage, 77%. That lead
His
he has gone,
gone,
and the forward air off of a little bit of suspect DI, too, giving Spickles the sudden shift back. And now he has the lead in a Game 5 probably going to be last stock, most likely, as Anarchy hits the forward air, not quite going to kill Spickles. He's been so good with these edge guards all set, and that's going to not stop.
No.
But he's going to get the side B, 42% right now for Anarchy. So how is he going to hold on?
Yeah, you can't be missing those in these clutch situations. Definitely might cost him. Back air doing a ton of damage here, and Spickles is getting to the point where he doesn't need anything huge. He doesn't need anything explosive. He just needs to keep winning these little interactions, and now you have to hit this edge guard if you're Anarchy, and he misses it.
But the forward air going to come out, taking that stock. Okay, Spickles getting out of his chair a little bit. Both players super tapped in. If they've never played on a 4-4, clearly the first time they're playing today had to have gone Game 5 last stock. And Anarchy getting such a good drag down, getting Spickles all the way up to 73%. The lead just keeps turning in the favor of one another. Who will get that last hit? And Battlefield being so good at making sure neither of them get that kill off the top. We've been relying on those horizontal kills, and Anarchy doing such a great job. Spickles going low, not quite going to find it, and no, the up smash not coming out for Anarchy. Both these players throwing out their kill options right now, trying to see who can get that last strike and move on in this bracket. Anarchy, especially being from the Carolinas, he wants to keep at home and stay alive for the South Carolina natives, as Carolina just needs more of these players in the bracket. Not going to find the edge guard, though.
Yeah, this is terrifying here. You definitely, oh my gosh, I was going to say you want to be Greninja in this situation because stray hits are more common, but a huge back air found for Spickles turns into a situation where he's actually the one in disadvantage, and dash attack not quite going to connect.
A missed tech, not going to get punished by Spickles. Could it be to the detriment? The parry off the forward air, no punish. Both these players feeling the pressure right now, both of them at almost identical percents, as Anarchy just using the platforms to his advantage to just jump around. Like, he doesn't have to worry about it.
Oh, the slip off!
Slip off, double slip off, not going to take the stock, though. Anarchy holding on. Spickles doing a great job at keeping Anarchy at bay. One bad jump is all it takes for Spickles just to get the stock. He's going to give up center stage and going to get back
Oh, no!
I don't think that was a great call from Spickles, as Anarchy getting the ledge trump, preventing the reverse 3-0. And you were talking about it to start the set. That frogs in the creeks in the south. The hands were it was in the hands, but it just hopped right on out.
Slipped on out of there.
Slipping and sliding through this loser's bracket and continuing to keep his bracket run alive. The Spickles out of this tournament.
Yeah, Anarchy, incredible job there, and that was a real gambit there. He did not go for a ledge trump all set until the last second of the match.
That was beautiful.
Yeah, he knew that he had that in his pocket, and he saved it for when it mattered.
All right, I believe that was our final set, from what I was told.
Awesome. Well,
and what a one to end off.
Yeah, that was an incredible set. A nice little Southeast brawler. Love to see it, and it's been great commentating with you. Thanks for having me on here.
Of course, it's great to have you here as well. Patchwork is not done yet. This stream, I believe the stream is done though, correct? So we're going to be signing off tonight. Go to our main stream at BuddBuds on Twitch, where you'll be seeing some more hype action. We got Peabnut and Myth on that stream right now, and that's going to the wire. So stick tuned, get ready, as we are ready for some more action on the main stream. So I've been Dr. Curb, and I've been joined by the wonderful Solo Jones. Go to this main stream for Patchwork 2026, and we're signing off on side.
Yeah, things are still heating up. Get over there.